Tuesday night, the first playoff poll was released, and the Georgia Bulldogs were ranked #1. Yes, it's now November, and Georgia is the #1 team in the country. We're not used to that around here. It's sort of a new feeling, but get used to it. Georgia does deserve to be the #1 team in the country after demolishing the Florida Gators by 35 points last week. They deserve it because they beat Notre Dame, now ranked as the 3rd best team in the country, back in week 2. That was the main reason Georgia got the nod over Alabama. The Crimson Tide's best win was over Texas A&M by 8 points. And the Aggies are now 5-3 and not ranked in the top 25. Alabama beat Florida State in week 1 when the Seminoles were ranked 3rd, but the Seminoles have fallen off and they are now 2-5. Alabama will play LSU this Saturday, and they are at least ranked, but the Crimson Tide really hasn't played anyone that good. Georgia has the win over Notre Dame and a 28-point win over Mississippi State, currently ranked 16th. We now know there are still 4 games left in the regular season, and Georgia will be challenged each and every week. But let Georgia fans soak this in for a little while. If you're not a Georgia fan, don't get mad when you see those in red and black. Be a little happy with this undefeated season and this high ranking. This hasn't happened in a long time. Georgia fans know this team is not perfect, and they will have to play at a high level, especially next week against Auburn, and if they get to the SEC championship game against Alabama. But this Georgia team is really, really good. In fact, it's a great football team. The Bulldogs have beaten their 8 opponents by an average of 26 points per game. Last year, in the 8 wins for the entire season, Georgia beat opponents by only 7 points per game. This team is different. It runs the football and stops the run. Plus, it helps when the other opponents mouth off and talk smack. Florida did it last week and paid the price. The Gators defender who said Jake Fromm only throws slant passes was burned by one of those slant passes and got knocked out. Now, one of the South Carolina defensive players said Tuesday Georgia can't throw. Well, that's all Kirby Smart and Jake Fromm need to show them something in Athens this week. And speaking of that, you can imagine what this Saturday will be like in Athens. It will be a 3:30 game, and for the first time in forever, the Bulldogs will be announced as the #1 team in the country. So Georgia fans, enjoy this. Be humble and know there's still a lot of football left to be played, but soak this up as long as you can. It's been a long time coming, and maybe this is just the beginning.